catch them all. Oblig, yeah, you gotta catch them all. Pound to the blood clot, yeah. Master ball, you gotta grab them all.
So this video here is all about grading, pre-grading to be precise. If you watched my last video, you would know that I have never done this before. I've sent 2 cards off to PSA, but I did them through a third party. And they were fresh out the packs as well. So I kind of like sent them look decent, obviously brand new cards, sent them off. Didn't really do any of it myself. This video here is all about me going through my PC and making decisions on what could potentially get a 10. I will be using Ace for the majority, but I'm unsure if I want to be doing vintage with Ace. As good as Ace is, the value doesn't quite hit the other grading companies because it's newer and because it's UK based, so it doesn't have that global reputation. In my mind, I'm thinking the moderns will go to Ace, but the vintage, because it can be worth so much more, I may send to Tag. We're gonna look into all of this today, you know, see if it's worth it. I haven't even looked at what the price is to send off to Tag, what the turnaround time is. I know with Ace, I'm looking at the £25 7-day flip, and I wanna do 10 cards for this month. Because you know, for all I know, I could be rubbish at this and I could send 10 cards off and they will come back 6s and I've just wasted a load of money, and maybe I'm rubbish and I need someone else to help me.
Help! Help me!
This is what this video is about. To save a bit of time in this video, I went through everything. I've got 4 binders. I've got 2 PC binders and then 1 vintage and 1 modern that is more just kind of stuff that I'm prepared to trade at shows and stuff. I've gone through all of it and I've picked out a pile of cards that I think has potential, and I wanted a second look at another day. So I did that yesterday. Today is the day that I review those decisions I made. Was I skunked or was I spot on? Let's have a look. As you can see, I may have gone a bit overboard. They are definitely not all 10s. So the plan is, I'm gonna have a pile of, this has to be a 10. Surely this is a 10. Couple bits of whitening, will I get away with it? I may need to potentially clean this and restore it before I send it anywhere. As well as that, I want to go through these cards and I want to look at what they're actually worth in a 10. So then I can gauge which ones are worth sending off. So, you know, if this card is worth £2 and it comes back as £10,000 in a 10, that's going to be one of the 10 I send. As well as this pile that I made, I have this pile. Now these are my grails, so to speak. I've got the Mega Charizard EX and Phantasmal Flames. I've got a Japanese Lugia Neo Discovery, look at that swell. The Blastoise 151. The Bubble Mew. The Charizard 151. The Charizard base set 2 with another beautiful swell. The Darkzard and Team Rocket. The Japanese Houndoom from Aquapolis, there's a little swirl behind them, you kind of see it. The Houndoom from Neo Genesis. This is actually my favorite card in the world. There's no way this is a 10, but it's in good nick. And because it's my favorite card, and I've had this for a long time, kind of feel like I want to do it. And Sabrina's Gengar, my second favorite card. It's a crime that this was not made shiny. Can you imagine if that moon was hollow? But it's in decent nick as well. So this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10 in itself. I'm not sure I want to send them all. And like, for example, when I was talking about sending vintage off to Ace, like, I don't think I can send this to Ace. I don't think I can do it. You're missing out on so much profit, I think. Same with this. But let's get back to this pile then, eh? So remember, this has got to be a 10, surely. A little bit of play. Do I take the risk? This is going to need some kind of clean or restoration, but it's nearly there.
A few moments later.
Now the big moment. Now I go through the grails and seeing which ones of these I send off. The Mega Charizard EX. Surface looks great. It's slightly right heavy, but I don't know if it'd be too much. Small white mark there. But all in all, this card is clean as hell. Oh no. It's like print line.
I'm sorry. Don't leave me.
Print lines there. Oh my god. I guess I keep this raw. That is so annoying. But then is it worth the risk? What does this come back in a 9? What's the value of a 9? You know, I think maybe I send it anyway. Now this, I've had this since I was a kid. This is the Neo Destiny, I think, with the swirl. It is an absolute premium on this card. It isn't the best condition, I know that for a fact. The edge is fucked. The scratch there, little marks, silvering, back has scratches all over it, dirty. But this might be just for me. I think I would grade this and just keep it forever. I don't ever plan on selling this card, so I will put it in the cleaning pile. Blastoise 151, pulled from a pack by my own hands. So it looks in good condition, of course, as it should. There's a slight white mark at the bottom. But I feel like I have to send this off. I feel like I have to. You know, when you pull it from a pack yourself, it's just different. It hits so different. But it will hit a lot worse if it comes back shit. Bubble Mew. Now, it's slightly right heavy. I knew that when I bought it, but it isn't that bad. I will have to measure this. It's in great fucking condition. I'm gonna measure this and send this off. So it goes in the yes pile. Charizard 151. It's bottom heavy. Surface is great. Couple white dots there. Oh, it's got them weird corners, man. But the front is great. I think I'd probably send it. See, doing this is difficult, right? Because you want to send off your bangers, because it would be so much more exciting to get back 10s in your bangers. But if all your bangers come back 9s and 8s, like, you know what I mean? Throw myself in front of a bus or something. Charizard, base set 2 with swirl. Now, I got this in lockdown. Bit of dirt. Centering is fantastic. Condition is fantastic. The back, white mark. Couple white mark. One here, one here. But because of what it is, I feel like I send it. See, this is the annoying thing again, right? When you get a big card, your heart is leading with a decision here. You really want it to come back with a good grade, but you could be setting yourself up for misery. Dark Charizard. Fantastic condition. Slight silvering here. Top heavy. White mark. So I don't think this comes back in a 10, but what is the value of a 9? What is the value of an 8? I'm gonna have to look into this. My favorite card of all time, Houndoom Neo Genesis. Great condition. Slight white mark there. But apart from that, it's left heavy. I'm sending this. I don't give a hell. I don't give a shit. I need the English one though. If anyone's got an English one, talk to me. Sabrina's Gengar, my second favorite card of all time. Fantastic condition. White mark, white mark, white mark. It's not perfect, but because it's one of my favorite cards, I do it. Do I do it? I traded this for a North Face jacket back in the day. Best bit of business ever did. And last but not least, a Houndoom. It's great condition. There's a half swirl there. The only thing it has is silvering on the edge. There's a dent there. There's a dent there. That is a shame. But again, I'll need to look into it and see what the prices are on lower grades, because it might still be worth it. So, funnily enough, all but one of the big ones I think I want to do anyway. Well, I need to look more into it. These I want to clean, and I will save that for another video, and we'll reassess whether they can get sent up for submission after the clean. These, I've clearly gotten way too excited. I felt like were 10s. And if they are, it's a dream come true. But this is my first time ever doing this. Remember that. I've definitely not got this all right. I want to then make a short list of these, go over it one more time. New day, fresh eyes, fresh mindset. And in these, I want to measure, because I feel like they're very good, but the centering may be slightly off, and I need to see how off. So that's what we're gonna do next. Listen, this video it's taken me a long time, right? I've been doing this for like a week. I'm really digging deep and looking hard into which cards I should be doing. So last time I was up here, I separated the piles into ones I thought were yes, ones I thought maybe needed to be measured, ones that needed potential cleaning. So then I made this spreadsheet here. So it's got a list of every card, what set it's from, the number. Then I measured the front, left and right, the front, top and back, based on this bad boy, to see if it fell within the ACE requirements. And ACE allows 60-40 on centering. So luckily nothing was outside of that, right? Then obviously these ones marked in red, there was something wrong with them. Any marked in yellow was just all straight 50-50s, right? Perfect centering. Got a column for white marks here. So another way I can whittle it down. You know, I've been using this website called Pulse TCG. It's a great website. where you can keep up with your inventory, you see how it's moving and like in the market. It will show you the raw prices, it will show you the graded prices. Like, you know, when you're selling and you want to see the current market price, you go to eBay, last sold. It calculates the average of the last 5 sold, so it does a lot of work for you. And if you want to use it, you can use the code OBLIG and you can get your first month free. So I've used that to get these numbers here. So I put down the raw price of every card, how much it would be in an ace 10, and then I put here the percentage growth from raw to 10, so I can gauge which one is more beneficial to send off. Here I used the Ace website to find the population of each card in a 10. So obviously, as you can see here, like, there's 0 hound or neo discoveries in Ace. Now, I'm unsure if that's a good or a bad thing, right? It's good to say, yo, I've got the only one in the world, but 2, then you don't really know what it's worth. You can create your own price for it, but then people want to pay that. So following that, I then also have the PSA 10 price, PSA 9 price, Ace 9 price. I've included the 9s because obviously, you know, if I send a card thinking it's a 10, but I've overlooked something, it will come back 9. So now, for example, Gengar Gem Pack, 100 quid in a raw. If it comes like a 10, that's 230, right? That's an increase of 130%. You know, 585 of these in the world right now. If it comes back a 9, is 100 quid. So I haven't made any money, but I haven't lost any money, right? So essentially, if it came back a 9, fine. You don't even need to crack it, right? PSA 10 is 350. So now you can gauge, okay, there's £120 difference between the PSA 10 and the Ace 10. PSA 9 is £130. So, for example, you know, if there was a pop 0 of this Gengar, I wouldn't have any idea what to base my Ace 10 price on. I could look at the PSA 10, which is 350. Ace is usually a bit lower, so, you know, maybe I could sell it for 300. Or maybe, you know what, I've got the only one in the world, I want 350 as well. Anyway, so this is how I'm gauging it, right? Everything in yellow here is what I think is financially the most beneficial picks here. So consider, you know, if I didn't get this card out of a pack, then I probably bought it at a raw price somewhere around this, yeah? So let's say I bought the Gengar for 100 quid. Pretty sure it was less, but let's say I did. It cost £25 to grade it. You get back 230. You've made just over 100 quid. So that's worth it, right? So this is just what I've been doing for the last couple of days, man. Anything with a question mark was data that I couldn't find. So, you know, obviously if there's, you know, 0 pop, I don't have any data on what an Ace 10 would be, but this is why I have the Ace 9 price here, so that I can fall back on things. So, you know, we can look at this, right? How many? So the Team Rocket's side up, perfect centering as far as I can see, but there were a few white marks, right? It's 9 quid in raw, but there's one Ace 10 out there, but the Ace 9 is 45 quid. So even though the centering is perfect, those 3 white marks could mark it down to a 9, which makes it £45. You're sending £25 off to send it. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Right? So we can go through it, right? Perfect centering there. Perfect centering on the Mewtwo VHS, right? Got that right out of this VHS, which is sitting next to me. Couple of white marks. Bear in mind, when it says white marks, these are tiny. Because I pre-graded these buys. I didn't put anything that was mashed up in the pile. They're small, so you might get away with them. This Mewtwo, £15 raw, 300 quid in an Ace 10. That's nearly a 2,000% increase. But then £35 in an Ace 9. Over £1,000 in a PSA 10. that's probably worth, you know, not even sending to Ace. So we'll leave that there. You know, this one here, what's that? Dragonite Fossil. Oh man, there are no Ace 10s in Dragonite Fossil. It's tempting. You know, what else do we have here now? See, these ones don't really need to be marked because the price on Ace is still pretty good, but it's almost double. And then again, the red ones here in the white marks, there was just too much going on that I kind of like decided that there's no way I'm sending it, right? So we put a line through that. Misty Gym Hero. What else? The Melodic. Cross that out. Blastoise base set 2. It's a shame. Can't send those. So now I need to decide. I'm gonna send off 10 cards. I'm sending off 10 because I only want to spend $250 at the moment anyway. But on top of that, this is an experiment. This is to see how good I am at this. You know, I've gauged it by eye. I've shortlisted some good cards. I've measured them. But this is my first time ever doing any of this, right? So who knows if I've measured it correctly. And I want to send 10 off. And if they all come back 10, then I'll back myself. I'll fully back myself, and then we'll go again the next time. So now I need to figure out a 10. And I think what I want to do, let's go to the big boys. These are the most expensive ones. We look at the Mega Charizard, Phantasmal Flames. Nearly perfect centering to my eye. No white marks. I got the card for £550, right? That's double in an Ace 10. I think I have to send this one. Such a beautiful card as well. I think I have to send that. The only worry is like PSA 10, 2,000 quid. Ace 10, 1,140. So I'm missing out on a significant amount of money there, but I just can't do PSA. Takes way too long. And on top of that, there's so much fuckery going on with PSA, man. So many like kind of scammy things, so many weird stories going on. I just don't trust them. And I feel like in time, like people are gonna lose their faith in them, lose their trust. So I think that has to be one. All right. I wanna send the Bubble Mew. Like, you know, it's not perfect centering, but it's good centering. One white mark. My way, I was very judgmental on myself when I did this. I was very harsh, right? So like one white mark. Is there even a white mark? This is the thing, I don't even see a white mark now. Looks like a 10 to me. So I'm gonna definitely send this off. Now the Gengar, where is it? Sabrina's Gengar Gym Challenge. Nearly perfect. Couple white marks, but obviously this is vintage. As far as vintage goes, it doesn't get much cleaner than this. This is my second favorite card ever. I want to send it for me, really. 300 quid in a PSA 10. I couldn't find, sorry, Ace 10. I couldn't find a PSA 10 on here. Let's look at it one more time. What number is it? 29. Oh, okay, there you go. £3,000. Sold item, £3,000. So now, I can't send that at an ace 10. But I don't want to send it to PSA. Okay, 9, 220. Seven pop. Okay, so I don't know. I think if I'm gonna back ace, I just gotta do it, right? But maybe not this one, because I think I'm gonna go for the Charizard 151. Growth on that is great, man. 814 and a 10. Two white marks, but they're minuscule. And then the others and the big boys, they're all vintage, apart from the Blastoise. The Blastoise was perfect centering, but I saw 4 marks supposedly. I got this out of a pack as well. I don't know how it's got 4 marks on it. It looks pretty good to me. They are so small. I'm not gonna send it. If I've said 4, I've said 4. Okay. Now, the vintage ones, I feel like I'm kind of scared to do. And I want to save it for another time. So here, we've got 3 already, yeah? We've got Charizard 151, Mega Charizard EX, Phantasmal Flames, and the Bubble Mew. Now, let's go for the rest. I want to send Misty Psyduck, I think. So, 4... the tag team, the Mewtwo tag team. Kind of nervous to send off the GX, but again, it's an experiment. And if it comes back a 9, 107, still doubling price. This is incredible, £4,000 increase. But again, it's vintage, so I should send one vintage. I should send one, shouldn't I? Really and truly. So what's this? Kingdra EX. Right, let's go to one I know I want to send. I want to send this, the Gengar Gem Pack. So we've got 4 more slots. Mewtwo Scarlet and Violet. 70 quid and a 9. It's quite harsh. It's quite a big pop as well. What else? Okay, let's look around. Let's look around. Dawn. See, all right. Let's start getting rid of some. There was something wrong with the Dragonair. Maybe I'm tripping. I do love this Dragonair. 140 and a 10. Pikachu. I'm gonna get rid of that. Pikachu 25th. Get rid of that. Solis Gem Pack It's not worth it. For now, anyway. New celebrations, no. Jesse and James, Hidden Fates. Pop 2. Bingo Mimikyu. New VMAX. Make a Dream. I'm surprised at how low that's going for a 10. Wigglytuff. Fairy Nihon 0. Again, I'm getting rid of these real quick because, you know, okay, so it's £40. It's going to cost me 25 quid to send. Is it worth it for 15 quid? You know, maybe if I was doing big batches, it would be. But for now, no. Mega Lucario we'll get rid of. 44 quid on the Psyduck. I want that in English. Okay. So where am I? I've got 6. 3 more. Gengar. 396. Well, if we're talking some vintage, I think this Mewtwo one has to go. 1. Tempted to send this Dragonite, but there's just no way Dragonite's going to come back at 10, is it? Surely not. We'll do that then. 7. This ain't worth it. Just seen James full up. I kind of want to send that just because I love it. Jesse and James. So what's that, 8? Where's the Meowth? There's a Meowth here. Team Rocket's Meowth. This one. I quite like the look of that. This one's kind of perfect. Add it to the vintage pile. 9. And 1 more. So do another one of the big boys. That's the real question. Look at this. Increase is mad. Venusaur tag team. This looks kind of perfect. Should I send one of the fucking big boys? That's the question. A vintage big boy. I'm not brave enough to send off my expedition yet. Charizard basic too. I mean, it's got. Thing is with this, right? It doesn't need to be 10 at all. Like anything that's like from that era, right? Like, I'm kind of alright with it being 7 and above. Like, there are scratches on the hollow, but apart from that, I'm gonna clean this. We are not sending that yet. So I think it would be between Sabrina's Gengar and the Dark Charizard. These are both clean as fuck. So the Dark Zard, where is that? Charizard Team Rocket, boom, boom, boom. Decent center in, 3 white marks apparently. but I can't see them now. So I was moving mad that first day. Don't know what it is in the 10. There is 0 in existence. £600 and a 9. And Sabrina's Gengar. Where are we? Sabrina's Gengar. Centering is better. 1 less white mark apparently. Yeah, I see that. Do I see it on the Zard? Not so much. It's gonna be, you know what, yeah? I'm just putting them both in the pile. Let's do 11. Fuck it. So here's my selection. So let's see. Boom. We have the Mega Charizard EX. We've got the Bubble Mew. We've got Zard 151. We have the Misty Psyduck. The Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team. Gengar Gem Pack. Mewtwo promo from the VHS. Jesse and James Full Art. And the WotC promo Team Rockets and Meow. And I think that's an extremely healthy pile. Right, so quick update. I'm sure as a lot of you know who grade Ace have halted their submissions. They only have Luxury left, which is the £50 one. Which means I can no longer send as many cards as I initially wanted. But I have to do it because they're about to raise their prices next week. Luxury one becomes £120. The increase is a lot. So I need to get them in now. So I can only do 10. So I've had to go through it again. But here we go. Here's the 10. We got the Mewtwo. Houndoom. Psyduck. Butterfree. Mewtwo. Gengar. Houndoom. Charizard. Mew. And Charizard. I've done the submission form on the website, and now all that's left to do is pack it up. So again, all you gotta do is put them in fresh leaves, put them in these semi-rigids. I bought this box that should be perfect. I can remember how to build a bloody box. And I bought some bubble wrap. I'm gonna wrap it up tightly. Okay, that looks done.